What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you. And NFL free agency frenzy had a lot of twists and turns to it. No bigger twist than what happened with Maxx Crosby and the Raiders and the Ravens. It didn't happen. We're going to talk about that in this segment. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that follow button, and subscribe to the YouTube channels if you have not already done so. Those channels are Kendrick Sports Hustle as well as TFG Sports Media. Well, it was reported on Friday that the Raiders were sending their five-time Pro Bowler edge rusher to the Baltimore Ravens for 2 first-round picks, one in 2026 and one in 2027. Well, fast forward to Tuesday, and the Ravens decided to nix that trade after, according to reports, they did their physical on the five-time Pro Bowler, and his left knee, that meniscus that he had surgery on, was not 100% healed. He just had surgery, I think, a couple of months ago, and the Ravens weren't feeling good about that, and they said, you know what, thanks but no thanks. We're pulling out of this trade, and that caused a big-time ripple effect. Well, Crosby would eventually head back to Las Vegas and will continue his rehab on Wednesday. This is actually all this went down on Tuesday. Crosby would eventually post something on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Wednesday, and he says, and I quote, "Everything happens for a reason. Believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. I'm a Raider. I'm back. Run that ish." Again, that was something that Crosby had posted on his social media account, X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, what he meant by believe nothing you hear and half of what you see, we do not know, but maybe it's something to do with this physical. The Ravens said that they weren't really confident that that knee was truly healed, but maybe Crosby is saying that is so as far from the truth. But he didn't say that. He left it open to all of us to interpret, and that's what I'm interpreting. So what's next for both these clubs now? As far as the Ravens, well, they eventually would sign Trey Hendrickson to a lesser deal, 4 years, I believe, $112 million deal. So they now got a pass rusher. He's not as strong in the run game as Maxx Crosby, but they got someone that could put pressure on the quarterback. And oh, by the way, they stole him from the Cincinnati Bengals, their division rival. So now the Ravens are still sitting pretty. They still got their first round picks, the 14th pick in this upcoming NFL draft, and then they have their first round pick in 2027. So maybe they can find a little younger talent to go along to try to shore up that defense. As far as the Raiders, they went on a spending spree, signing free agents. They spent like $300 million worth of contracts, and that includes also Crosby. Maxx Crosby still is scheduled to make $35.5 million a year on the 4 years remaining on his contract. Now, are they still going to be shopping him around for trade? Don't know. I think now that they got this medical issue out there that he allegedly has something going on with his meniscus and is not fully healed, some teams may not be interested in trying to trade for the five-time Pro Bowler again. So right now he's a Raider for now. Speaking of all the money they done paid out, again, the Raiders, they signed Tyler Linderbaum, center, for 3 years, $81 million. Kwity Paye, an edge rusher, 3 years, $48 million. Quay Walker, former Packer linebacker, 3 years, $40.5 million. Former Eagles linebacker, Nakobe Dean, 3 years, $36 million. Jalen Naylor, wide receiver, 3 years, $35 million. And they signed kicker Matt Gay for 1 year, $1.6 million. Now, again, the NFL salary cap for each team is roughly $301.6 million, right around 302, and every team had to be under that cap by Wednesday. So again, this was a shocker that Crosby, that the Ravens pulled out on this. But again, Crosby is saying that, you know what, no harm, no foul. I'm still in the silver and black. We're going to get ready to get it done. And most likely the Raiders, with that first pick, is going to take Fernando Mendoza, the national champion, the quarterback of the Indiana Hoosiers with their first pick, and we'll see what happens with there. Again, it was a whole lot of stuff happening in the NFL free agency. Got all these players switching team. Mike Evans is a 49er, just one that kind of I wasn't expecting him to leave Tampa Bay, but he is. So what? We still don't know where Kyler Murray is going to end up. We do know Tua Tagovailoa signed a one-year deal with the Falcons. Malik, what you talking about? Willis, the Packers backup, signed a pretty good deal with the Miami Dolphins, most likely to be their starter. And those are just a few. Geno Smith, former Raiders quarterback, was traded back to the Jets, kind of back where he's going. So, and that's just a few of some of the moves that was made, and there's still probably going to be a whole lot more. So I'd like to know you guys' thoughts on Maxx Crosby. The Ravens and the Raiders decided I'm not going to do it. He's back in the silver and black. Talk to me in the comments. I'm Kendrick the Sports Guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I'm out. Peace.